Okay. What is your full name and why were you named this?
My full name is Shirley Jean Brown East. And my name my mother gave me, I don't know why.
What are the names of your parents and siblings?
My mother's name was Ruth Jane May Brown. And my father's name was Monroe Roland Brown. And I got one sister is Elsie Faye East. And then I got one sister is Martha Jane Brown Joyce. And then I got another sister is Kathy Jane. I can't pronounce her married name, but she was Brown. And I got another one is Josephine, Ruth Josephine. She's Lawson. And then I got a brother is Roger Dale Brown. And then I got another brother is James Monroe Brown.
Okay. What is the date and place of your birth?
Mine? 6/11/45.
Okay.
I was born in Rockingham County.
What was your schooling like?
A whole lot different than what y'all's is now.
Yeah, I bet.
Whole lot different. Well, when we went to school, they didn't have no teachers in with you. The teacher had to do her work when you done your work. She'd give you so much work to do, and then while you was doing it, she was grading her papers. And so she had more children and everything. When she teached one, she teached them all. But that's the way they done when we was growing up.
Did you get married? If so, to whom, when, and where?
Yes, I got married to Charles East. I got married in Madison.
Do you remember hearing your grandparents describe their lives?
Not really. My grandpa, he was Alfred Mabe. My grandma was named Ida Mabe. And they didn't really talk about their lives whenever we was growing up. They was just like mamas and daddies to us, but they never did talk about their lives like we do now.
Yeah. Do you remember your great-grandparents? What do you know about them?
I don't know my great-grandparents because I never did see them. I just know my grandparents. I don't know nothing about my great-grandparents.
Yeah. How is the world different from now from when you were a child?
A whole lot. Back then, we thought everybody was poor, but we didn't know it. You know, nobody had no money. But if you had money, you could buy stuff more with it. Mama would send us to the store when we needed washing powders and things. She would give us 50 cents or a quarter, and she'd tell us to get a box of washing powders and 6 drinks and bring it back to the house. Now, you take this day and time, you give somebody a quarter and tell them to go get a box of washing powders and 6 drinks.
Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. No. Things is way higher now than it was when we was growing up.
As you see it, what are the biggest problems that face our nation and how do you think they could be solved?
Well, if we had more jobs and if the economy was better and things was going better, and you better cut that thing off because this president we got ain't worth 5 cents.
It's okay. A lot of people think that way too.
And tell me what's he done since we've been here? Nothing.
Yeah, I can't think of one thing.
He ain't done nothing. We just got further and further and further in debt. Less jobs every day. We did have jobs when the rest of them was in. People was working. Everybody was going full blast. And now everybody's sold out. Nobody's got no jobs.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember anything that your children did when they were small that really amazed you?
Oh, yeah. When my children was little, I always thought everything was bigger than what it was. Mm-hmm. They would get on motorcycles and ride them and pull a wagon in behind it. And I thought the motorcycle was little. Come to find out, the motorcycle was smaller than they was, and they'd hop up on the porch and get on it and ride the darn thing down the road. Just to getting it. But we all made it.
What is one of the most unusual things that one of your children did regularly when he or she was small?
Done regular. All I'm doing about the same. Jimmy would put parts back together that Darryl would tear apart. That's the way he done.
Do you wish you lived somewhere else?
No.
I don't blame you.
No, I like living where I'm at.
Where are you living where you are today? Why are you living where you are today?
Well, it's our land, our house, and so I like living here.
Where have you lived as an adult? List the places and years that you lived there.
Before I married?
I guess so, yeah.
Or after I married? See, I've always lived around Stokes County all my life. Mm-hmm. And so we lived over towards Sandy Ridge, and that was before I married. And in the last 50 years, we've lived here.
Mm-hmm. As a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I never had time to think because we farmed. And you depended on farming. You had to go milk cows. You had to go feed the pigs, and you had to get wood in. You had to tote water from a spring. You didn't have no running water. Mm-hmm. And you didn't have no bathrooms. You had outhouses. And then in the summertime, you had to prime tobacco. And so you couldn't think about what you wanted to be.
Yeah. What was your first job?
My first job was working at the throwing plant in Madison.
What is that?
In Madison.
Oh, okay.
It runs yarn to make hose and panties and things like that.
Oh, okay. What kind of jobs have you had?
Well, I've worked in nursing home for 10 years. And then we farmed. And then I helped Charlie do construction work. And then I babysitted. And so that's about it.
Yeah. What is the most beautiful place you have ever visited, and what was it like?
The most beautiful place I've ever visited. Up in the mountains, I reckon. When we go to Cherokee, up in there, it was beautiful because the mountains laid so pretty and, mm-hmm. and everything was so nice and things like that. And so that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And when the leaves goes to calling around here, it's pretty around here.
Yeah. What is the longest trip you've ever gone on? Where did you go?
The longest trip I've ever been on? To the beach or to the mountains is the longest trip I've ever been on.
What is your favorite vacation? Where did you go and why was it special?
Well, I'd rather go to the mountains than to the beach because you can see more and do more and And at the beach, if you've been to the beach one time, you've seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather go to the mountain.
What person had the most positive influence on your life? What did he or she do to influence you?
I really don't know what person would be. Because we all was grown up together, and what one done, the other done it too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. My aunt, I reckon.
Is there a person that really changed the course of your life by something that he or she did? How'd it happen?
No. Nope.
Do you remember someone saying something to you that had a big impact on how you lived your life? Who said it, and what did the person say?
Not really.
No.
No, because everything everybody else has done, we've already done it. So, we've already lived it and done it.
I think that's it.